So there you have it, just like that. The New York Jets, Aaron Glenn, this just in from NFL insider Diana Rossini, saying the Jets plan on benching starting quarterback Justin Fields in favor of the veteran Tyrod Taylor. This felt like something that you didn't know was going to happen because, on the one hand, Taylor gives you the much better chance to win, but Aaron Glenn really had kind of hitched his wagon to Justin Fields all season. And I said, during the offseason, in the lead up to the regular season, talking about how as long as Justin Fields is upright, breathing, able to get on the football field, that he would start. I really didn't think there was any way you could pull him. However, I also didn't think we'd be sitting here at this point in the season saying that Justin Fields, in 3 of his last 5 games, couldn't throw for 50 yards. I've said it before. People agree or disagree, whatever however you feel about it. But for my money, I don't think I've ever seen a worse quarterback suit up for the Jets. It has been unbelievable. I mean, there have been times when you've got Zach Wilson at quarterback, when you've got, Sam Darnold when he was a Jet, as bad as he was, and Mark Sanchez, maybe a little bit with Sanchez, but the run game would carry him. But just when every time Justin Fields drops back, you just think, this version. If it's third down and more than 1 or 2, Justin Fields takes the snap, and you just think, well, this drive is over. And more times than not, you're right. I mean, listen, I get it. We can go through the season, we can pull up a couple of good throws. He's an NFL quarterback. He should make a couple of good throws. The 3 drops from AD Mitchell, which people are all, oh, it could have been a different game. Folks, it's not like Justin Fields has been like solid and you're waiting for him to break out. And you can say, oh, the reason he didn't light it up is because all the drops from AD Mitchell. He's been bad. Like, historically bad. I don't even want to look it up. I would love to know, though. When was the last time the Jets had a starting quarterback? Now, look, I keep using net yards as an example. So we don't have to say net. Let's say what, 60, 70? I've said several times lately, he's failed to hit 50 net yards passing. Let's forget the net portion of it. Let's just say 60 yards. I mean, hell, let's say 55 and it still applies. Net or no net. Because he threw for 54 against Cleveland. He threw for 46 against Carolina. He threw for 45 against Denver. So in 3 of his last 5 starts, Justin Fields couldn't throw for 55 yards. And I got people talking to me about the weapons. Oh, look what he's got around him. He's a year 5 quarterback. I said this the other day. Look what Cam Ward has around him. Cam Ward's not going out there throwing for 40 yards. Cam Ward's number 1 receiver is a tight end. And the next 3 guys are all rookies. That's what Cam Ward is throwing to. Cam Ward this season has never thrown for less than 100 yards. Has topped 200 yards, 5 times? Threw for 190, 6 yards. He's 6 yards away from topping 200 yards 6 times. Justin Fields thrown for 44 yards, and I got people defending him. Oh, Glenn, you're not being fair to Justin. Garrett's hurt. Okay, Garrett hasn't been hurt for most of the year. The receivers. I'm going to pull them up real quick. Chigakonkwo. Tennessee's leading receiver with 32 catches. Rookie Alec Ayamanor out of Stanford, a guy that I said was Ted McMillan light if you wanted to get him in the second round. He's the number 2 receiver. Number 3 receiver, Gunnar Helm, rookie tight end. Number 4 receiver, Chimere Ndike. Another rookie. So you got a tight end and 3 rookies as Cam Ward's top receivers. He's not throwing for 45 yards. The head coach got fired. He had a coaching change. And he's not going out there throwing. You got to stop making excuses. He's in year 5. You took a gamble. It didn't work out. Fine. But these excuses for this guy, I mean, and I said it when they signed him. I said I understood the logic. Like I said, I'm not going to do the revisionist history here. But when I went back and watched every single throw he made with Pittsburgh, I watched every single throw from every start. And I came back and I was like, this guy didn't throw the ball down the field. Everything is a 5-yard pass. Over 10 yards is a miracle. But I gave the benefit of the doubt. I said, look, maybe it's the scheme. Maybe that's what Pittsburgh wanted to do. Maybe the offensive line was terrible and they were trying to make up for that and protect him. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if things change when he gets protection. Didn't change. Nothing changed. Same guy, same stuff. Not good. Not good from Justin Fields. So now Tyrod Taylor takes over, and the concern becomes, do the Jets win a couple games now? Now, if you have a quarterback who, yes, Tyrod Taylor, somewhat limited, holds onto the ball a little bit longer than you'd like, but he's a veteran guy. He's seen it all, done it all. If the protection is there, he can take off and run. He doesn't have to get the ball out in 1.3 seconds because these aren't the New York Jets of a few years back when they couldn't block anybody. This is a good offensive line. Tyrod Taylor's going to have time to throw. And you've got a couple of bad teams left on the schedule. So will you listen, I don't know if they're going to pull off wins in these situations. But look, Justin Fields, this benching, I said it the other day. That was what I called the show. How much longer can Aaron Glenn stick with Justin Fields? It's one thing if he's bad. You can be like, oh, well, a couple completions a game and he'll be, turn it around. And he's been, it's indescribable. Like I said, I went back and looked. I posted that stat the other day. Justin Fields, 4 games where he didn't net 50 yards in the game. In starts. I counted his starts. Obviously, he's only started this year. But 4 times he's failed to hit 50 yards. 4 times in 8 starts up to that point. Now he's, 4 and 9 starts. But it took him 8 starts to come up short of 50 yards 4 times. Zach had done it, I think, once in his career, twice in his career. Sanchez once or twice. Geno once or twice. Nobody else had done it more than 2 times. And these are guys who had 30, 40, 50 starts with the Jets. In 8 games, Justin Fields couldn't net 50. Or he couldn't throw for 55, however you want to look at it. That's how bad he's been. He's been that. They gave this guy $15 million a year knowing that he's a project, he's reclamation, but I'm shocked. Not knowing the result. I'm saying when they signed him, I thought there's no way. I said anybody who thinks they're going to bench him is crazy. Tyrod's not the future. If Fields is struggling, you would let him work through it. When I said struggling, I didn't mean this. Nobody knew this. And I've said that a few times too. The Justin Fields doubters who said, oh, he sucks and don't sign him, you're going to bench him. Not one person was like, oh, this dude is going to average 119 yards a game. Or whatever ridiculous number he's averaging. Yes, says Marty in the chat, guaranteed $30 million. Should have been a performance-related contract if they have that. Listen, I said at the time, our reports, I forget who the report came from, but they said the Jets were trying to beat out the Steelers who wanted Fields back. That's hard to believe, but okay. I mean, they benched him and then they wanted him back. Fine. And because that was listen, when it became apparent they were going to go after Fields, I thought, okay, fine. You give them $8 to $10 million a year at incentive-based stuff. Guaranteed 30. I was like, 30? I thought they were bidding against themselves, but again, apparently there was another team. That team was the Steelers. They wanted Fields, so the Jets were in a bidding war for his services. As crazy as that sounds. And that's where we are, folks. Justin Fields to the bench. Tyrod Taylor's your starter. We'll have more later. As we have a couple different things we're working on here that I was just about to record a show to do something else, and then this came across the wire. I thought, you know what, let's tackle that, do a quick 10-15 minutes, and cut out of here and cut another one later. Justin Fields, folks, officially to the bench. Well, not officially. This is Diana Rossini, which, isn't it funny? Diana, a lot of people are, fans like, oh, Diana Rossini, she didn't know anything. And now she gets this right. They're just going to pretend she didn't. No one ever knows anything until they get it right. And then we pretend they always, oh, yeah, of course, that was obvious. Yeah, of course they knew that. So I'm going to assume Diana Rossini is correct. If so, good job with the scoop. Some fans may not like it, but sometimes the writers get it right. And we'll find out. Aaron Glenn's not going to like it, though. Wait till someone asks Aaron Glenn about the benching. Ask Diana. Diana has the answers. Diana knows what's going on. We'll see. Aaron Glenn might not like it, but somebody leaked it. Diana Rossini's reporting it. And as Rock Kiefer said, not an NFL QB. Look, Willie Colon said it the other day. Damian Woody earlier in the season said he is not a starting QB. Willie Colon the other day was like, he's not an NFL QB. And it certainly looks that way. Justin Fields, wish the guy luck. Hopefully Brady Cook is the true number 2 at this point. There's no reason to go back to Justin Fields. Let the string play out. Let him go after the season and move on from there. But we'll be back later, folks. Justin Fields, no longer the Jets starting quarterback. It is Tyrod Taylor. Have a good one, Jets fans.